Hey, Paul here for Retro Gaming Arts, and I just beat Resident Evil for the very first time in 2017. And not only did I beat it, it was actually my very first playthrough of the game, ever. I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games, ever. Now, I have a good amount of them, and the whole purpose was I eventually intended to play them, and then beat them in play the whole series. And it was my buddy Aldo who says, "Hey man, it was for Halloween." He was like, "You should live stream Resident Evil." I was like, "I don't really live stream." He was like, "But dude, you've never played the game. Everybody has played that game. Everybody loves that game. Like, let's see if you can figure it out, and let's see what you think." Like, he's like, "Do you think you can figure it out?" I was like, "Well, I do love Silent Hill, and I have beaten most of the Silent Hills." I was like, so I think I could do it. So we ended up live streaming the entire thing. I start to finish, my entire playthrough was live streamed. So if you watch that live stream, thank you very much for checking it out. And thank you to Michael and Miguel Arenada, Buster Gundo, Paco Diddy, Retro Heck, Mastercast TV. Thank you for being there the entire time and commenting and saying like, "Oh, try this, try that, try this, try that." Thank you for being there for my whole playthrough. You guys experienced me playing that entire game for the very first time over 20 years after the game was even made. So that's an experience. I experienced the game, you experienced me experiencing the game. And that was awesome. So I guess I didn't mind the whole live stream aspect of it. And the first good chunk of it was Aldo was there with me, kind of just gently nudging me in the right directions for the sake of the stream, so I didn't just get stuck in a room forever. But he didn't give me so many hints, and he didn't let me know about any spoilers from anybody who was commenting who had played the game, and he was filtering all that out because I have no idea, or had no idea about anything about the game. I didn't know nothing about any of it. So that was really cool to do that. And then I finally ended up beating it. Aldo wasn't there for the last two streams, but I was pretty much at the end and I just really had to beat it, which I had a very hard time. And I bet you everybody watching who had beaten it and knows how to beat it was probably just like, "Oh my god, just stop shooting him. Just stop shooting and just run," which they kept saying in the comments over and over and over and over, but I didn't know what that meant. Stop shooting and just run. They meant it very, very literally. I was like, all right, I'm gonna focus more on running and shoot less. They were like, no. I didn't get it. And then I finally just ran around him in circles and then shot him at the end. So it was an absolute awesome experience. I'm very excited to play Resident Evil 2 because that seems to be everybody's, not everybody's favorite, but a lot of people speak very highly of 2. And what's very unique about Resident Evil is every single person has a different favorite Resident Evil. And that's the sign of a great franchise. And that's like the same thing with Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy. You thought Final Fantasy VII was my favorite. No, I don't know what it is. I think it's 13. It might be 7. I think it's 13. I can't decide. But the point is, everybody who likes Final Fantasy can list all their favorite games, but they're all in a different order because everybody likes a different Final Fantasy more, and that's the same with Resident Evil. Now, I don't know which one's my favorite because I haven't played them all yet. So far, I'm I really, really want to play 2 and 4. And I want to experience the GameCube remakes. I want to see those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play them in the chronological order of their release date. Not story chronological, their release date, and that's how I'm going to play them. And if I get to 4, I'm going to be very happy and satisfied if I've beaten every game up until that, and then I'll dive into 5, 6, the Revelations, and 7. But I really just want to get to 4. So that's my goal. Let me know your favorite Resident Evils in order of how they're your favorites, because like I said, everybody's different, and that's always curious to see. So I can't wait. But thank you, Aldo, for one, pushing me to do this and just being like, just do it. And so that was awesome. Thank you to all of you who checked out the live stream, and thank you to you guys who were present for the entire playthrough of the game. It was 5 days, 18 and a half hours, but 8 hours total time to beat the game. But with all the dying and all of that, I died for 10 hours of that game. Wow. So, but like I told you guys, I got this. Thank you guys very, very much for watching this, watching that, watching all the videos. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.